What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are covering Instagram's chronological feed and how it might be a major benefit to businesses. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard about the chronological feed coming back a few months ago, I was like, what are they thinking? It's not a good idea. I'm gonna spend the beginning of this episode talking about the pros and cons from a user standpoint, but then I'm gonna be talking about the pros and cons from a business standpoint and why I'm actually really excited about this for saving a lot of time on Instagram as a business. So to start off, the reason why I was kind of scared about the chronological feed coming back is because Instagram's major competitor right now is TikTok, just for people's attention. And TikTok's algorithm is super dialed in. If you've ever been over there, you know that every post you see is just so targeted, and regardless if they hashtagged it perfectly, they just somehow know exactly what content to always be serving to you. And the Instagram algorithm in the past for the home feed, the algorithmic based feed, has been more based around how well creators hashtag it and geotag it. And, they really relied more on the user themselves to let Instagram know what the post was about. And for that reason, people's feed became largely filled with people who were really good at hashtagging rather than the exact content people wanted to see. So as their algorithmic feed has developed, they've been able to become more of an entertaining app. And largely, a lot of that is hiding content of people that you follow because maybe you really haven't engaged with their posts in a very long time and their posts aren't really that entertaining or they're not really getting a lot of likes and you just haven't even seen them at all. There are people I follow and that you follow too that have been posting a bunch and you haven't even seen it. Even if you've been scrolling through your feed, like you'd have to scroll for like an hour before Instagram would show it to you. Even though you're following that person, you're seeing so much content from people that you don't follow first. Now, this is why I think they're doing it. I thought they were going to a chronological feed as the primary, but as you can see on my phone here, I've got my account up. The way that it works is you click on this Instagram logo and then it comes up with the following or the favorites tab, but the standard is that you are looking at the algorithmic base feed as the default. So I didn't even figure out that I could click on that Instagram thing for a couple days till after it came out as like the Instagram guy, embarrassingly enough. But that means that there's a lot of people, especially newer users, that are just never even going to see that, all right? They're just going to be right in their algorithmic base feed right from the beginning and not even really know about this option. So I thought I was going to put chronological as the default, which I was scared of because I thought that's just naturally going to make people not addicted to Instagram, and we kind of need people to be on the app for it to work for us businesses. But what this does is because Instagram is now giving you the option to, hey, if you just want to see your following, just click that. Even more so, if you just want to see your favorites, which is where you can add up to 50 accounts as your favorites. They are people that you follow, but you just say, hey, I only want to see the favorites right now. And this is going to be one of the things that I'm going to teach you how to use as a business in a little bit here. So stay tuned. But because they gave you the option, you can't really complain about whatever they do with this algorithmic based feed. If this feed all of a sudden becomes 50% of people you follow and 50% of people you don't, then hey, you can't complain, because if you want to change it, all you got to do is just go to the following. I think that is the major reason they're doing this, is just so that they can turn their algorithmic based feed into a truly algorithmic based feed like TikTok's, where it is based on the most relevant content to you, regardless of if you subscribe to them or you've ever interacted with their posts before, or they're using the hashtags that you follow or anything like that. They're going to be more robot dependent on scanning the content to see what is it really about, transcribing it, reading the caption. So you want to make sure you're using a lot of keywords in your caption, regardless of the hashtags. You want to make sure you're using a lot of the similar hashtags that you would use, but actual caption format, especially because Google is now searching the captions of Instagram posts to see if they want to index that on potential Google searches. So you want to make sure you still keyword stuff your captions, not just with hashtags, but in that way. But the algorithmic based feed is going to make it so even more so than ever before, content is king. and queen at this point. Unless you can get just your content amazing, don't expect hashtags to work, don't expect the explore page to work, and don't think that if your hashtag impressions aren't kicking in, that it is your hashtags. Think about it is your content. If you would like a little bit of hashtag help, that was my last episode before this. So check the YouTube video just before this one. I'll link it at the very end here too. And you can check out my hashtag strategy for 2022 to give you that little extra boost. But now more than ever, the algorithmic based feed is in full effect, and they have full permission to do whatever they want to with it because they have given you the option to just see your following if you want, where it is just in order of the people that I follow, my golf page, my football pages, dog page, all of this kind of stuff is just going to be in order for people who I follow. And I'll probably run into a lot of people that I'm like, I haven't even seen your content in a long time. So there might be another wave of unfollowing that comes in from this. Nothing for you to worry about whatsoever. But let's talk about how could a business actually use this to their benefit. So I actually don't have the option on my business account yet, is why I'm over on my personal page. So they are still slowly rolling this out. I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of comments on, I don't have this feature yet. How do I do it? Guys, I don't have press these 4 buttons and it will come to your app, right? I don't work at Instagram, and don't worry about it. If you don't have it yet, it doesn't matter. You're literally in the same place in life as you were before. Update the app. If it doesn't work, just, wait another week. Otherwise, be sure to leave a lot of comments on how do I do it, and I'll tell you that I can't do anything for you. I wish I could. But as a business, a common strategy is to be following people that are your past customers that you really want to stay top of mind with, or people that are your potential customers, or there may be some of the big accounts in your market and you're trying to leave comments to become one of the top comments and get a lot of traffic that way. Turn on post notifications for big people in your market and leave a comment. What you can do is, if you want to be really productive as a business on Instagram, which is difficult to do because a lot of times I go on, I'm trying to work, the next thing I know, I'm just going through reels. This is how you could say, I am on here to work right now as a business. You go to your following tab and you say, these are only the people that I want to be engaging with right now from a business perspective, so that I could be leaving top comments. Again, this is my personal page, so that's why it's so scattered with the content. My business page would have so much just social media tips. But if this was a page that I was trying to leave a top comment on, right, I can do that, move on, and just keep going down. And when it comes down to anything that might be a distraction to my business, I can unfollow them and just make sure that that's not going to be in my following tab. So I can say, all right, I'm here to work. I'm going to go do the $180 strategy, or I'm going to drop 50 comments on accounts that it's meaningful to do. So let me go to my following and go through there, and it's going to be much less distracting for you. And honestly, guys, as a social media strategist, I would say that by far the biggest waste of my time is when I just end up being on social media for way too long. I go on to try to find the next trending Reels audio, and it takes me, 45 minutes to find 2 that I might want to do, and I don't even do any of them. It can be very draining to always be on here trying to do work. Even if you're going around trying to do comment strategy, if you're ADHD like me, you're going to leave 2 comments and then you're going to be doing whatever before you know it. So this is a great way to just refine your feed. Now, the favorites tab, for me, I have a lot of clients that I work with that I want to keep in touch with. And a lot of you are online coaches too. So if you like to keep tabs on your students, if you're a fitness coach, you want to be sure that, you want to keep up with everything that they're doing. Or maybe you're like me and you have a bunch of Instagram and social media people that you're working with and coaching them on their business. And I want to say, I just want to make sure that my students are doing well right now. I favorite just my students. So that's what I'm going to do once it enables on my business account. And then whenever I want to, just make sure that all of them are doing their Instagram posts correctly, I can just go through that. Think about, some creative ways that you can use the following in the favorites tab as a way to save yourself time on Instagram, because who you follow is largely going to be a big factor on how long you stay on the app for leisure time after you're doing business or while you're trying to do business, and how much you're getting distracted. So minimize distractions with these new tabs, but ultimately, I really think that this is going to be a great thing because not very many people are ever going to even do it. It's just going to be up there. And this is Instagram's way of saying, hey guys, we've never been the platform to be as addicting as TikTok in the past, but we will give you the option to have the less addicting version of Instagram if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to make the normal feed more addicting now. It's kind of good news for businesses who just want to make sure that there's plenty of people always on Instagram. I think this is a good move for them to keep people on the app. And I really like having the option to be on these other tabs because there's just a couple things that you can do with it to increase your productivity. So overall, Instagram, great update. All of my other videos on recent updates, you can check on the subscriptions, on liking stories. Pretty negative, actually, and still mostly standing by that. I still think the liking stories thing is totally not necessary, but this I'm actually very excited about. Guys, my name's Videll. If you haven't heard of me before, I run the Social Bamboo podcast, one of the top social media marketing podcasts, so you can check that out in the description if you'd like some more information from me, or subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're more of a person who wants videos at home rather than podcast audios on the road. I will try to keep up with any new social media updates that you need to know about. And there's a lot of very unique strategies on my page specifically for businesses to get sales from social media. So check it out, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. Much appreciated. Talk to you soon.